New Zealand popstress Lorde discusses her new album Virgin. German artist Ansel Kiefer on his love of Van Gogh. We hear from Shalini Parsi, one of the stars of the Netflix show Fabulous Lives vs. Bollywood Wives, and I'll be talking to the Vincentian Canadian writer Chanel Sutherland. All that and more still to come on the Arts Hour.
BBC News with Moira Alderson. The World Health Organization says Israel's attack on its main warehouse in Deir al-Balah in central Gaza is part of a pattern of systematic destruction of health facilities. The agency's head said the latest Israeli offensive had crippled its operation in Gaza. Sri Lanka's most senior police officer has been found guilty of abuse of power by an impeachment committee. It paves the way for a parliamentary vote on the removal of Inspector General Deshabandhu Tenakorn. A power company in Japan says it will conduct a geological survey in preparation for the first new nuclear reactor since the meltdown at the Fukushima power plant in 2011. Japan is struggling to meet climate targets. The state premier of South Australia has described a toxic algal bloom spreading along the coast as a natural disaster, a term usually reserved for storms, floods and wildfires. He said there had been widespread loss of marine life. The unexpected resignation of India's vice president has led to speculation about what caused his decision. Jagdeep Dhankhar said he was stepping down for health reasons, but opposition politicians are calling for further explanation. A South Korean court has postponed a trial involving the president, Lee Jae-myung. The court said the constitution protected a sitting president from prosecution. Greece has introduced emergency measures to cope with a heat wave that's hit southern Europe. Outdoor work has been stopped in the afternoon and public air-conditioned rooms have been opened. The American TV host Stephen Colbert has used his first broadcast since learning that his talk show is being cancelled to ridicule his employers and Donald Trump. Colbert had an expletive-laden message for the president, who's publicly celebrated the programme's demise and warned the gloves were off until it came off air next year. BBC News.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
My worship thing is coming.
United Kingdom, get ready for a divine encounter like never before. On the 9th of August 2025, Abraham Lambton Ministries presents the maiden edition of Art of Worship in the UK. An unforgettable evening of glory, praise and revelation. Join us on the theme, The Nature of Worship, as we unlock the heart of true worship with none other than Apostle Abraham Lambton, a prophetic voice for this generation.
I may be down, but still I will worship you. I may be naked, but still I will worship you.
And that's not all. Prepare for anointed ministrations from powerful vessels of worship: Lady Frida Akrofi, Minister Chanel Kale, Minister Emmanuel Jemfi, and a Rabbanam music. The venue: Praise Gate Temple, Unit 5, Pit Lake, 46 Industrial Estate, West Croydon, CRO 3RA. The time is 5 p.m. sharp. Come early, come expectant. This isn't just another event, it's a move of God. Mark your calendar, bring a friend, and let heaven kiss earth as we explore the art of worship. For more information, call +44 7888 635 893 or follow Apostle Abraham Lambton on all social media platforms. Art of Worship UK edition. You can't afford to miss this.
Let the heavens hear you tonight.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
My worship thing is coming.
United Kingdom, get ready for a divine encounter like never before. On the 9th of August 2025, Abraham Lampton Ministries presents the maiden edition of Art of Worship in the UK. An unforgettable evening of glory, praise and revelation. Join us on the theme, The Nature of Worship, as we unlock the heart of true worship with none other than Apostle Abraham Lampton, a prophetic voice for this generation.
I may be down, but still I will worship you. I may be naked, but still I will worship you.
And that's not all. Prepare for anointed ministrations from powerful vessels of worship, Lady Frida Akrofi, Minister Chanel Kale, Minister Emmanuel Jemfi, and a Rabbanam music. The venue, Praise Gate Temple, Unit 5 Pit Lake, 46 Industrial Estate, West Croydon, CRO 3RA. The time is 5 p.m. sharp. Come early, come expectant. This isn't just another event, it's a move of God. Mark your calendar, bring a friend, and let heaven kiss earth as we explore the art of worship. For more information, call +44 7888 635 893 or follow Apostle Abraham Lampton on all social media platforms. Art of Worship UK edition. You can't afford to miss this.
Let the heavens hear you tonight.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
My worship thing is coming.
United Kingdom, get ready for a divine encounter like never before. On the 9th of August 2025, Abraham Lampton Ministries presents the maiden edition of Art of Worship in the UK. An unforgettable evening of glory, praise and revelation. Join us on the theme, The Nature of Worship, as we unlock the heart of true worship with none other than Apostle Abraham Lampton, a prophetic voice for this generation.
I may be down, but still I will worship you. I may be naked, but still I will worship you.
And that's not all. Prepare for anointed ministrations from powerful vessels of worship, Lady Frida Akrofi, Minister Chanel Kale, Minister Emmanuel Jemfi, and a Rabbanam music. The venue, Praise Gate Temple, Unit 5 Pit Lake, 46 Industrial Estate, West Croydon, CRO 3RA. The time is 5 p.m. sharp. Come early, come expectant. This isn't just another event, it's a move of God. Mark your calendar, bring a friend, and let heaven kiss earth as we explore the art of worship. For more information, call +44 7888 635 893 or follow Apostle Abraham Lampton on all social media platforms. Art of Worship UK edition. You can't afford to miss this.
Let the heavens hear you tonight.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
My worship thing is coming.
United Kingdom, get ready for a divine encounter like never before. On the 9th of August 2025, Abraham Lambton Ministries presents the maiden edition of Art of Worship in the UK. An unforgettable evening of glory, praise and revelation. Join us on the theme, The Nature of Worship, as we unlock the heart of true worship with none other than Apostle Abraham Lambton, a prophetic voice for this generation.
I may be down, but still I will worship you. I may be naked, but still I will worship you.
And that's not all. Prepare for anointed ministrations from powerful vessels of worship, Lady Frida Crofi, Minister Chanel Cale, Minister Emmanuel Jemfi, and a Rabbanam music. The venue, Praise Gate Temple, Unit 5 Pit Lake, 46 Industrial Estate, West Croydon, CRO 3RA. The time is 5 p.m. sharp. Come early, come expectant. This isn't just another event, it's a move of God. Mark your calendar, bring a friend, and let heaven kiss earth as we explore the art of worship. For more information, call +44 7888 635 893 or follow Apostle Abraham Lambton on all social media platforms. Art of Worship UK edition. You can't afford to miss this.
Let the heavens hear you tonight.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prum Prum, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Star Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
My worship thing is coming.
United Kingdom, get ready for a divine encounter like never before. On the 9th of August 2025, Abraham Lambton Ministries presents the maiden edition of Art of Worship in the UK. An unforgettable evening of glory, praise and revelation. Join us on the theme, The Nature of Worship, as we unlock the heart of true worship with none other than Apostle Abraham Lambton, a prophetic voice for this generation.
I may be down, but still I will worship you. I may be naked, but still I will worship you.
And that's not all. Prepare for anointed ministrations from powerful vessels of worship: Lady Frida Akrofi, Minister Chanel Kale, Minister Emmanuel Jemfi, and a Rabbanam music. The venue: Praise Gate Temple, Unit 5 Pit Lake, 46 Industrial Estate, West Croydon, CRO 3RA. The time is 5 p.m. sharp. Come early, come expectant. This isn't just another event, it's a move of God. Mark your calendar, bring a friend, and let heaven kiss earth as we explore the art of worship. For more information, call +44 7888 635 893 or follow Apostle Abraham Lambton on all social media platforms. Art of Worship UK edition. You can't afford to miss this.
Let the heavens hear you tonight.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
The best radio show.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie, and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show.
This is Starr Radio. This is
UK.
Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome.
Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
All right, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth and those of you on other planets as well. We want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Tuesday edition of the morning show. Today is Tuesday, the 22nd day of July, the year 2025, with the time now exactly at 10:57 from the hearts of London, BST, of course. So wherever you are at, and subtract, or it's GMT +1, and you get a time here. All right then. So let me say good morning to my producer, Mr. Francis Guy. Good morning to Perry as well. Good morning to Olaimi Kwaiki. Good morning, Mr. Frank Davids, Mr. KB Botsman, Vicky Newton, HRH Linda Palian, our money man, Mr. Dante Biri, and to Regina Nima and all the team. I salute each and every one of you there. Special good morning also goes to Ghana, all the way to Atakofi, Niana Najo, all of Ashaman and the inhabitants of Ashaman in Greater Accra region. I salute each and every one of you there. Okay, also let me say good morning to Reverend Emmanuel Set Chidi. Good morning to you, man of God. Hope you are doing very, very well. My love to the family and to the church as well. Massive good morning to you. Special good morning goes to Felix all the way in Aberdeen. Captain Felix Tete, good morning to you. Reverend Michael Esiama, good morning. Reverend Doreen Carter, Prophetess Doreen Carter, good morning to you all there as well. And Bishop Adesina all the way in Lagos, Nigeria, be office there. I salute you. To Anthony Adedeji Aziz Shamsuddin, good morning to you all. And then Tassino in Moscow, good morning. Eben, yes, in Cape Town, South Africa, good morning to you. And to Antonia, I hope you are all doing very, very well there. To Delta Hammond in Kumasi in Ghana, and to all the Hammonds and to the Abedis, their friends and loved ones, wherever you are, massive good morning to you. But share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages. I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
Okay, so from now till 12 o'clock exactly, I'm going to bring you everything that you got to know, from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar, as we say on this platform. It's making the headlines. Be rest assured of one thing, that I'm going to bring that your way. I will have a take of what you think about the issues that we are looking at. Meanwhile, you can post them on our platforms this morning, the platforms that we are broadcasting on. However, if you're not able to do that, you want to join in for us to hear your voice, then exactly at 11:45, the line will be activated. You can call us via Teams. Look for Starr Radio UK and you get us there. That aside, everything is moving on well. So once again, welcome to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London at 11 o'clock exactement. So let's kick off The quote for the day says, the process of becoming successful in the era of ICT involves hard work, total obsessive dedication, and a few sparks of imagination. That is a process of becoming successful in the era of ICT. So, you know, it's just a matter of taking the thing, playing with it, trying to be very inquisitive, and you find things that people have not found. It is there. Manufacturers have put it there, or you through your creativity you are able to link one thing to the other and you see what comes out of it. So it's all to do with that. But when you try 1, 2, 3 and you're not getting there, you got to try. Yeah. All right then. Okay. So that is by way of the quote for the day. The weather is a mixed bag, but let me tell you more about it, because needed to do some work. However, because of the weather, we couldn't do it, and today is going to continue once again. So for London and the southern part of England, this is how the weather is going to be for you. Now it will soon turn cloudier later in the morning and in the afternoon, with showers moving in from the west. This turning heavy and possibly thundery in places. Now tonight, any lingering showers this evening will gradually clear away. Tonight will be then largely dry with a mixture of variable cloud and clear spells. All right then. Now temperature is going to be 22 degrees. The lower is going to be 15 degrees. Pollen level is going to be low. UV level is going to be moderate, and pollution is going to be low as well. Sunset is going to be at 21:04, and sunrise for tomorrow morning 05:09 hours, and that brings us to the end of the weather forecast. Well, tomorrow, interestingly, we'll have some sunny spells to start with. Heavy showers will develop later in the morning and afternoon with a chance of thunder. The showers will ease for most areas by the evening. So, rain, go away. It's not going nowhere. Well. But we said we needed rain, we need some water, yeah, and we got it. All right, now let's move on to the travel updates. Some roads in Croydon, I mean, you don't have to use the Wellesley Road. You can use it, but there is a lot of traffic there, and that would say that if you can avoid that, do that. But let me tell you, if you're traveling on the underground this morning, updates from there. Keep your eyes on the roads. As you keep navigating, I promise our bond. So, on the Metropolitan line this morning, there's sparse suspension between Harrow on the Hill and Baker Street. And on the Northern line, okay, my producer said I need to give you the details. No service between Harrow on the Hill and Baker Street while they deal with a trespasser on the track at Harrow on the Hill. Now, on the Northern line as well, no service between Kennington and Camden Town via Charing Cross southbound only, and between Kennington and Battersea Power Station while emergency services deal with casualty on the track. Severe delays on the rest of the line. Then the Piccadilly line is also experiencing severe delays due to an earlier signal failure at Bounds Green. Tickets are being accepted on London buses, Elizabeth line, and Great Northern services. That aside, all the other underground lines are running a good service. DLR and London Overground good service, but the London Tram Link is experiencing part closures until today. No service between Reeves Corner and East Croydon, so it ends today, hopefully, and then until the 27th of July, no service between Arena and MSN. This is due to a planned engineering work. So that is for your information. So from tomorrow, you can use that part of the road, the Wellesley Road. I mean, that bit will be completed, and you can zoom through it like no man's business. Okay. Now, let's move on to the major roads in London. Let's see what is happening there. On the major roads in London, I tell you assuredly, there are no exceptional delays. On the river bus, good service there. The London Cable Car is also offering good service, bringing us to the final segment of the travel update. That is the National Rail. On the National Rail this morning, Hull Trains, Northern Rail, Scott Rail, Southeastern, Transparent Express are all offering special services. That aside, all the others are running a good service, and that is where we bring the travel update to a close there. And as I will say each time. But I promise you that before we bring the program to a close, we'll check whether there have been any updates and we'll bring it to the fore. However, if you're listening to us and wherever you are, you're experiencing some delays and stuff like that, feel free to share it with us and we'll share it with our worldwide listenership. On that note, let me say thank you very much. But once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Let's take a commercial break. I come back and I take you global trotting.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to exactly 7 minutes past the top of the hour. Okay, so now let's go global trotting, starting from home here in the UK. Well, gang leaders and corrupt officials could be named in smuggling sanctions. Now, fake passport dealers and firms which sell small boats could also be hit with financial sanctions under government plans. We'll be telling you more about all that in a moment. And Kemi Badenoch to reshuffle Tory shadow cabinet. Well. Yesterday I was watching some is it troll or something on TikTok where Dr. I've forgotten her name, but a Nigerian, a Yoruba person as well, saying that Kemi Badenoch is saying that her children cannot have Nigerian citizenship or are not allowed to have Nigerian citizenship, and she was quoting things to prove that Kemi has not done herself any good by saying that. But what do you think? We're going to be telling you more about all those as the program goes on. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Now, rent rise 21% over 3 years, analysis suggests, and a deal to build 38 billion Sizewell C nuclear plants has been unveiled as well. Substantial changes announced on infected blood compensation scheme. What are the changes? We'll be telling you about that, so that if your family or any one of you was involved and it impacted this, you know what step you got to take. Now, Prince George photo release for his 12th birthday. Let me say happy birthday to Prince George, future king. And then OpenAI, a UK signed deal to use AI in public services. Which one is that? Interesting one. Let's move on to the world front. Let me tell you what is happening there. The WHO has condemned Israeli attack on the facility in Gaza. The UN agency accused Israeli forces of attacking a building housing its staff and their families in Deir al-Balah. And we'll tell you more about that. My friend died right in front of me. Student described moment Air Force jet crashed into school, and the US police officer jailed over fatal rape on black woman Breonna Taylor. You remember her? Yeah, okay. Breonna Taylor. And then some other stories. Ukraine and Russia set for fresh peace talks. Zelensky is saying, when would that happen? Would Zelensky meet Putin? Okay. And then meme famous UK fighter jet stuck in India finally departs. What happened to it? Well, I think it's they've had enough time to study and know everything about it, right? Okay, and then in other stories making the rounds this morning in other parts of the world, migrants deported from U.S. tortured in El Salvador, Venezuela is saying. And then Trump's administration releases files on Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination. However, the family of Martin Luther King Jr., the late Martin Luther King Jr., are appalled because they said they didn't want that to happen. So what is it? Why did he? And is it something that he's trying to use to maybe stoke the fire and to divert attention, or what? In other stories as well, Trump caught off guard by Israel's action last week. Really? Okay. The U.S. president's reaction to Israel's recent strikes in Gaza and Syria point to a growing skepticism of Netanyahu's source has said. All right. So let's see how it all pans out from there. And Stephen Colbert fires back at Trump, most celebrating show cancellation. I'll be telling you more about all that as the program goes on. All right then, let's move on to other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world. Let me put it that way. Now, it's a lifesaver, making solar power affordable in South Africa. The medical equipment keeping Mark Morley's mother alive no longer relies on an erratic power supply. Well, if they've been able to do that, why not? That is good one there. A Kenyan U-turn overcharging prominent activists with terror offenses. Well, they don't want any more of the backlash, so they decided to go that way. It's good. Continental Giants clash in WAFCON 2024 semi-finals. Those are some of the stories making the rounds. All right then, Star Radio UK. Still on the African front, Togo ruling party wins over 75% of votes in municipal election. Boy, hey, that is quite a free and fair election there. I didn't say anything. Okay, maybe the people genuinely like that. But Pastor Emmanuel Chidi, how do you feel about that? And then in other stories, in Cameroon, 81 candidates applied to run in presidential election. 81, and they are running against the incumbent, who has thrown his hat into the ring, age 92. He said, I've got brilliant, fresh ideas that I'm bringing your way. Ooh, can you attest to that? Like it's happening in Togo as well. Now, Egypt government scheme offers free train rides home to Sudanese refugees. And then Senegal, tension persists between Osman Sonko and the Senegalese Prime Minister there as well. We'll be looking into all those stories in a moment, because where there is unity, peace prevails, and development takes place. But when there is some backlashes and some wranglings and unsettled lanes going on, it doesn't help. Now, reject Nnamdi Kanu no case submission, federal government tells court. Okay, we'll be telling you more about that as well. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer warns against sensational report, and Nigeria government opposes terrorism trial. Prosecution opposes Nnamdi Kanu's no case submission, court set date for ruling. We'll see about that as well. I'll be telling you more about all that. But still, in Nigeria, PDP announces 101 first NEC meeting, and Kwankwaso meets Tinubu amid controversies there. Let me say a special good morning to all our listeners on the Kwaki Media platform, Yoruba Nations platform, and the United States of Biafra platforms. I salute each and every one of you. Now, let's come to Ghana as well. The acting as Chief Justice, that is Chief Justice of Ghana, His Lordship Justice Paul Bafo Boni, has made a strong call for all stakeholders in justice system, including the general public, court staff, registrar, and members of the bar, to embrace court-connected alternative dispute resolution as an essential component of justice delivery process. Now, what they mean to say there is out of court settlement. The question is, do you agree to that? Will you agree to that? Will you want to do that? When you have a case, would you want to go settle the case out of court and know some way, somehow, yeah, you took that, I took that, okay, so let's have a common ground, bump. How do you think about that? We're going to be looking at that. I want to have your take on that out of court settlement, but they call it court connected alternative disputed resolution, the ADR in Ghana. In other stories as well, MPP will not release 2024 election report. Why not? A member of the New Patriotic Party Constitutional and Legal Committee, Kojo Upon Nkrumah, says the party has no intention of publishing its full internal report on the 2024 general elections. Why? If they don't publish it, how will you know whether you did well or who did what? Well, we're going to be telling you more about all that in a moment. Now, please talk to him. For me, MPP's Paul Yandor begs Ernest Thompson over defamation suit. Now, if you're not sure about something, you got to check it and make sure of it before you put it across. However, if you go mouthing and people are saying, be careful, and you get on and you do that and you are sued, well, maybe the ADR, the out of court settlement thing, alternatively dispute resolution thing, might help them. So maybe they have to go and beg and talk to the acting chief justice to get it running immediately. Maybe that will help. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. This and a lot more I'm going to be bringing you in a moment. But for now, let's take a quick break. We come back and then I bring you all the details of the stories making the rounds. I remain yours sincerely, the one and only Archie. This is Starr, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
My worship thing is coming.
United Kingdom, get ready for a divine encounter like never before. On the 9th of August 2025, Abraham Lambton Ministries presents the maiden edition of Art of Worship in the UK. An unforgettable evening of glory, praise and revelation. Join us on the theme, The Nature of Worship, as we unlock the heart of true worship with none other than Apostle Abraham Lambton, a prophetic voice for this generation.
I may be down, but still I will worship you. I may be naked, but still I will worship you.
And that's not all. Prepare for anointed ministrations from powerful vessels of worship, Lady Frida Akrofi, Minister Chanel Kale, Minister Emmanuel Jemfi, and a Rabbanam music. The venue, Praise Gate Temple, Unit 5 Pit Lake, 46 Industrial Estate, West Croydon, CRO 3RA. The time is 5 p.m. sharp. Come early, come expectant. This isn't just another event, it's a move of God. Mark your calendar, bring a friend, and let heaven kiss earth as we explore the art of worship. For more information, call +44 7888 635 893 or follow Apostle Abraham Lambton on all social media platforms. Art of Worship UK edition. You can't afford to miss this.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 19 minutes past the top of the hour, and it is the Tuesday edition of the morning show. So I remain yours sincerely,
Archie, on Starr Radio. Nobody does it better.
Okay, so let's crack on. Let's move on. Well, let's stop the boats. Stopping the boats, and the boats are still running. But the issue is, has there been enough sanctions or actions to stop it? What are the push factors? What are the pull factors? Gang leaders, corrupt officials and police officers, fake passport dealers, and companies supplying small boats could be among those publicly named in UK sanctions targeting people smuggling. The measures, which are due to be unveiled tomorrow, are central to Prime Minister Keir Starmer's plan to clamp down on small boat crossings by going after the global criminal networks behind them. Now, dozens of individuals and entities are expected to be hit with access freezes, travel bans, and restrictions from engaging with the UK's financial system and other sanctions. It comes as the government comes under growing pressure to stem the flow of small boat crossings. Sakir has pledged to smash people smuggling gangs and made tackling illegal immigration at source a key election pledge last year. Now, Foreign Secretary David Lammy said the sanctions regime was the first of its kind anywhere on the planet and a key step in ending the status quo where criminal gangs prey on vulnerable people with impunity. As well as ringleaders in the trade, the sanctions are expected to target enablers like financial middlemen who push money through hawala networks and informal system for organizing money transfers often used by smugglers. In the first 6 months of this year, more than 20,000 people crossed in small boats, an increase of 50% in the previous year, according to Home Office data. Dr. Madeleine Samson, Deputy Chief of the Migration Advisory Committee, said she would be surprised if the sanctions were a game changer for the industry as a whole and for the existence of the small boats route. There are so many people involved in the industry that targeting people individually is probably only going to have an impact around the margins, she said. And I seem to agree with her there. The impact is dependent to an extent on the cooperation of other countries where smugglers are operating. Enver Solomon of the Refugee Council and Sanctions may help disrupt some of the criminal networks profiting from human misery, but one enforcement alone will not stop dangerous channel crossing without safe alternatives. On Monday, Shadow Home Secretary Chris Phillips said the number of people entering the UK illegally was causing a public safety crisis for women and girls during an urgent questions in the Commons. The truth is, you don't stop the channel crossing by freezing a few bank accounts in Baghdad or slapping a travel ban on a dinghy dealer in Damascus, Phillips said in a separate statement responding to the government announcement. Ministers say the new sanctions will target immigration crime gangs where traditional law enforcement and criminal justice approaches cannot reach. Home Secretary Yvette Cooper said the new sanctions regime is a decisive step in our fight against the criminal gangs who profit from human misery. It will allow us to target the assets and operation of people smugglers wherever they operate, cutting off their funding and dismantling their network piece by piece, she said. But the issue I look at it is more broader than they are looking at it. Now, we have people who transfer monies because the people who those who want to cross the channel, who want to come to the UK, they are not in the UK at the moment. Okay, good. Now, whatever money transfer platform that these gangs or enablers are using does not necessarily have to be in the UK or are not in the UK. So somebody is sitting somewhere in Baghdad, as Philip said, one of the shadow ministers said, secretary said, and then another person who is facilitating the movement, who is also in Syria and doing all those bits that they need to do. Now, we have people who have their own funds, okay? Yeah, they can move it to offshore accounts and do stuff. They can do that easily where money is instead of coming here or anything. So the money does not come through the UK system. So if you say that you are sanctioning them, closing their accounts or targeting their accounts and freezing their accounts or assets, that I think that will have little impact. That is my take. That is my take on that. I think that will have little impact on stopping the crossings or stopping the boats. But I think, as some are saying, that they should be given an alternative where people can apply, and if they get there, they are permitted to come, they get visas to come in, or allowed to come in, they are allowed to come in. If not, but the other issue is, if I'm like France, where people cross from to the UK, now they cross into the issue, and because there's free movement, so no checks, and everybody just moves about the way that they want, and then they get to the borders, the shores of France, and they want to cross over to the UK. Now, what is making them not like to live in France? So it's not that the people are more articulate in English language, that's why they want to come, because let's say where I come from originally, yes, in Ghana, English is our first language, okay? Yeah, so we go to school. I mean, from infancy, we taught English. We speak English. At home, people speak English. Apart from, and then we speak our local dialects as well. Local languages there as well. A few of them, and then we do that. So we grow up, and if you are not able to go to a school where maybe we go to these private schools where you are taught French, and then maybe go to the secondary schools and you are taught French and some other languages, you don't become bilingual. I can't say that you don't become multilingual. So all that you understand maybe English language and your native tongue. Okay, so let me put it my tree or fancy or so that I can. Okay, but I understand. I can speak other languages from there. So when I'm traveling, if I dare to travel to Germany where I don't understand their language, or it is difficult for me to easily integrate, or unless of course, like let me say good morning to Dr. Amponza when he was offered a scholarship at the time to go to Russia. That time it was Russia, it was USSR. They were there before the perestroika happened, and then there was a break and everything. Yeah, so back in the day, before you go on the scholarship to go and study in Russia, or go to Cuba to go and study the country that you're going to study, they take you through, you go and learn some of the language, the basic ones, before you leave the country. So before you leave the shores of Ghana or whatever, so before you get to that place, you have a way of knowing how to communicate a bit, not much. Okay, so now, if you get to that place, after some time, you are able to integrate, because you get to understand some of how to communicate and all those bits. But this is a case where these people, let me put it this way, for lack of words, let's say most of them don't understand English language. Okay, some can speak, some broken or whatever. I don't know whether maybe they went to learn it somewhere. So you know that it's not their first language or something that they've learned. So some are French speaking. Okay, and other languages that is on. But why is it that they come and they want to cross over to the UK where they don't? Maybe because I go to places and I interview people, and then you say that they don't have a clue, a word to speak in English. I don't know, unless of course some pretend, so that they can say, oh, we want an interpreter. You get them an interpreter, and then they are able to. Yeah, the rest I met one interpreter when shopping, and I met one interpreter. She interprets this, and then she says that when people come, and then she cannot. She was born here, she was raised here. I think she was brought here when she was little, but she speaks a bit of Chi, so she can speak. She's multilingual. And he said when she speaks the Chi, and she has to put some English in there to be able to express herself, she doesn't get it. Then the people who she is representing or interpreting for get angry, because they think that there's something that they want to tell you that they don't want whether the panel or whoever she's made it to understand, but because you do that, so they get what they are trying to communicate. So I don't know whether it's deliberate. I just said that in passing. Yeah, I don't know whether it's deliberate when people do that they don't understand. Then we get this. But so you go to a place where the language that is spoken, you understand it. So you don't go there, I mean, getting yourself involved in a place you don't understand the word, you can't read whatever they are, stuff like that. But however, there are other push factors. Now, if you look at the environmental degradation and stuff that is happening, the weather phenomenon and drought and wars and everything that is going on there, those become push factors. That's causing people to move, to migrate. Now, back in the day, we have people migrating from one area to the other with their heads and those and that. They are still doing that. That is where we talk about the herdsmen menace that is happening in Nigeria. or the Sahel region area where there is a belt where people how do they call the herdsmen who move from Cameroon to Nigeria to Ghana up there to Burkina, and all those bits moving along those shores, okay, those belts, let me put it that way. So there were those things because they move when they see that the pasture that they need to feed their cattle or their heads with are dwindling. They move to another place. Now, this was back in the day, but now we have a situation where you cannot just move, okay? But so all those things that are happening, people think they have to fend for themselves because survival becomes a paramount thing to everybody. So they will try to move because, like the leper theory, if we stay here, we die. If we go there and we are killed, we die. But maybe somewhere, somehow, if we go and we can fortunate, if we're not killed, we get food to eat and we will survive. So that is what is pushing people. And then we come to foreign policies. Now, back in the day, we talk about Libya. We've talked about Libya several times. When Gaddafi was in power there, he was controlling them. Whether his people or 100% of his people were happy with him, that I know that is not true. But we know the majority of the people, those who live there, those are passed through there once at the airport at the time, flying to the UK, passed through there once, and it was lovely. Now, you look at all those bits there, and you ask yourself the question, why was he removed? Because they had, those who removed him had their own motive. What I'm calling ulterior motive to get rid of him because he was saying all stuff that they want to do for Africa unity and all those things. We're going to be selling, and so they use that as a reason to get rid of him. Okay, not using what he was saying that was going to do, but try to give a dog a bad name and got rid of him. And now that place has become a place where it's inhabitable. That people are just it has become a shore, a corridor where people just pass through and cross that bit to come to Europe. Now, it was because of the action that was taken by the Western world, the developed world, that caused this. Now, let's talk about Baghdad. Let's talk about Iraq, where the weapons of mass destruction and all the things that they have to talk about, and those things now cause government, the overthrow Saddam Hussein and all those things. And that place has become a place that is, it's not, you cannot inhabit the place. So now the people now think we need a better life for ourselves. Now let's look at Syria. I'm not saying that the Western world, everybody played. There was a role that they all played. They didn't want Assad, and therefore they got rid of. Now he's gone, and now Syria is falling apart. Now the Syrian migrants are also crossing to come. Before then, even they were crossing to come here. And I remember back in the day they suspended that after the fall of Assad's regime, and then. Now, just I think a week ago or thereabout, they've now said that they're going to be commence seeing to the applications of Syrian refugees and stuff like that. Okay, so there is something that is pushing the people, and there is something that is also pulling them to this part of the world. Because after all, the UN Charter says that any country that you are traveling to, once you get to that place, the first place of safety, you have to apply for the asylum there. So why are they not applying for that in France, so that at least they will live in France or live in Italy or any of the European countries and just be comfortable there? Then after you've got your and you want to travel, you can apply to the UK government and then come in and come and live, come for holidays or come and live here or whatever. But they are not. They are all just ganging up there and living there. So again, what is attracting them to come here? Now, at times you look at the money that people are paying to get themselves here, and I ask myself the question: do you know how long it takes to get yourself to save £10,000? Because listen, the rent that you have to pay, unless of course people are here and like they are being housed in a hotel and stuff like that, which make the locals are angry about the whole thing because they think that no, we are not getting that kind of treatment, but these ones are getting that. And again, the hotels will say it's business to them. Government is paying for that. The hotels are making money out of that because we can go to a hotel. We go for holidays, and most of the time you go, and if it's not, if it's term time, if it's term time, not holiday, but we go for business. And if it's term time, you find out that most of the rooms are vacant. So if the hotels are going to get the rooms occupied and they are making their money, they think that is business that is coming their way. So they think it's a good thing. You catch my drift. So, but the thing is, there should be a rule or something that if you come in like that, you're not going to be getting a free accommodation. You're not going to be, so that people know that it's not like how people go and paint the whole thing that, landing be heaven. So once you land here, everything is good. Hey, listen, you get yourself a car the next day, you get yourself a house. Then it's not Libya. Back in the day, that's what Gaddafi was doing. He gives them houses and people lived in, and they were okay because they built a house there. They want people to spread around, and there was money. But this place is not like that. So, I don't know. It needs to be looked at holistically. But just sanctioning people and confiscating their assets and their accounts, boy, I don't know. But let me know what you think about that. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. 11:36 the time. Starr Radio UK, the station, the morning show, the program. Let's move on. Let's go to Kemi. The Conservative Party leader, Kemi Badenoch, is set to reshuffle her top team of shadow ministers later today. Sir James Cleverly, who previously served in government as the Foreign Secretary and Home Secretary, is expected to return to the front bench as part of the changes, while Mel Stride set to remain in a shadow chancellor. Badenoch had been expected to make small changes to her front bench team in order to replace one or two shadow ministers who wanted to step down for personal reasons. However, information coming through say that Badenoch has opted for a bigger shakeup with about half a dozen changes expected, including bringing back former leadership rival Sir James into a high-profile role. Shadow Health Secretary Edward Aga has said he will be standing down following a health scare. Well, so those are some of the stories making the rounds here in the UK. It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right, so let's move on. In other parts of the world, the World Organization has said that now Israeli ground offensive in central Gaza has compromised its efforts to continue working after its facilities came under attack. The UN agency accused Israeli forces of attacking a building housing its staff and their families in the city of Deir al-Balah on Monday and mistreating those sheltering there. Its main warehouse was also attacked and destroyed. The Israeli military has not yet commented. Its first major ground operation in Deir al-Balah since the start of the war with Hamas 21 months ago has displaced tens of thousands of Palestinian civilians amid warnings of severe hunger crisis across the territory. The UN said on Monday it was receiving reports of malnourished people arriving at clinics and hospitals in extremely poor health, while the Hamas-run health ministry said 19 people had died from malnutrition since Saturday. Now the issue is, what can stop this war? Is it that Hamas says, okay, we agree with the the measures for a truce, and maybe some way somehow they'll be able to get that done, or Hamas coming to say, look, we are stepping back, we don't want to be in charge of anything, because of Hamas, because they are saying we are coming after Hamas, and they are destroying everybody, killing everybody because we are coming after Hamas. Then maybe the best thing is that Hamas will say, okay, we are no more, we've decided to back down. And listen, but if they decide to say that as well, what will be the impact on the whole of the Gaza Strip? You catch my drift? Well, this is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. 11:39 the time, the morning show, the program. Let's move on. In another war, let me bring that one your way as well. Russia and Ukraine will hold a new round of peace talks in Istanbul on Wednesday. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said, today I discussed with Ukrainian Security Council Chief Rustem Umerov the preparation for a prisoner exchange and another meeting in Turkey with the Russian side, Zelensky said in his daily address on Monday. Emirov reported that the meeting is scheduled for Wednesday. Zelensky proposed fresh talks at the weekend, days after U.S. President Donald Trump threatened Russia with severe sanctions if there was no ceasefire between Moscow and Kyiv within 50 days. On Tuesday, Kremlin said it did not expect a miraculous breakthrough from the talks. Washington has also pledged new weapons for the Ukrainian military after Russia intensified attacks. Well, interestingly, because I look at that and I laugh because the weapons that they are giving to Ukraine doesn't reach far to Russia to cause lots of damage as Russia is causing to Ukraine. Targeted and they just fire and then boo. Now you say 50 days time. Yeah, before the 50 days, so let's say they will be bombing and fighting and killing and destroying till about, let's say 40 days, and then the last 10 days it's okay, let's talk, man. By that time they've weakened you, they've destroyed everything. But how do you feel being the president of Ukraine? Oh boy, I think by this time I would have resigned long time ago. Mine. Alright then, so coming away from Starr Radio UK. Now Farhan Hassan had just finished an exam and left the classroom chatting to friends with a Bangladeshi Air Force training jet when a Bangladeshi Air Force training jet crashed into his school campus, killing at least 31 people. The burning plane was hitting the building right in front of my eyes, the Milestone School and College student said in Bangla. Now, footage from the school in the northern suburb of the capital, Dhaka, shows a huge fire and thick smoke after the aircraft slammed into a two-story building. More than 160 people were injured in the crash. The armed forces said the F-77 jet had experienced a mechanical fault after taking off for a training exercise just after 13 hours local time, that's 7 p.m. 07 GMT. My apologies, 07 GMT. That would be 08 hours BST. The pilot, Flight Lieutenant MD Turkey Islam, was among those killed. Now, Farhan was speaking to Bangla alongside his uncle, and his father added, "My best friend, the one I was in the exam hall with, he died right in front of my eyes. In front of my eyes, the plane went right over his head, and many parents were standing inside because the younger kids were coming out since it was the end of the school day. The plane took the parents along with them." A teacher of the college, Rizal Islam, said that he saw the plane directly hit the building. Another teacher, Masood Tariq, said to Reuters that he heard an explosion. "When I looked back, I only saw fire and smoke. There were many guardians and kids here." Hours after the crash, in a residential area which is quite densely populated, huge crowds gathered with people standing on the top of buildings to get a view. As people ran in all directions, ambulances and volunteers worked to find their way to carry the injured and many bodies out of the Milestone School and College. At least 30 ambulances were seen moving people out. One woman seeking information at the scene said that her son had called her right after the crash, but she had not heard from him since. You look at the pictures here and it is heart-wrenching. But ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK at 17 minutes to the top of the hour. Let me take the opportunity to announce the lines open as we go on. Bringing you this from the US. U.S. President Donald Trump's administration has released a trove of records on the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr., including FBI surveillance files on the civil rights leader. A court-imposed order had kept the document totaling 230,000 pages blocked from public view since 1977. Prominent members of King's family had opposed the release. A statement from his two living children condemned any attempt to misuse these documents in ways intended to undermine our father's legacy. King, a Baptist minister, was shot in Memphis on 4th of April 1968 at age 39. James L. Ray, a career criminal, pleaded guilty to the killing but later renounced his plea. Now, Trump's critics noted that the release comes as the administration is accused of lack of transparency over files relating to influential sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, whose 2019 jail death was ruled a suicide. A civil rights leader, Al Sharpton, said the disclosure of the King's file was a desperate attempt to distract from the firestorm engulfing Trump over the Epstein files and public unraveling of his credibility. Now, King Jr., 2 living children, Martin III and Bernice, who were notified ahead of time about the release, said in a statement on Monday, "We ask those who engage with the release of these files to do so with empathy, restraint, and respect for our families' continuing grief. The release of these files must be viewed within their full historic context." So what exactly are they trying to look at? The release of the files must be viewed. Okay, during our father's lifetime, he was relentlessly targeted by invasive, predatory, deeply disturbing disinformation and surveillance campaign orchestrated by J. Edgar Hoover through the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The statement said the government surveillance had denied King the dignity and freedoms of private citizens. The family also cited a jury verdict in 1999 wrongful death civil lawsuit that found that civil rights leader was a victim not of a lone racist gunman but of a vast conspiracy. In January, Trump ordered the document from the assassination of King and former President John F. Kennedy be declassified along with the records in the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy. Now, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence said in a press release on Monday that the King's files had sat collecting dust in facilities across the federal government for decades until today. The document included internal FBI memos and never before seen CIA records behind the hunt for King's assassin, the DNI said. The release was coordinated with the FBI, Department of Justice, and National Archives and CIA. The American people deserve answers decades after the horrific assassination of one of our nation's great leaders, U.S. Attorney General Pamela Bondi said. Is it true? Do they see him as a great leader, or is just one of those? You got it? One of those things. Boy, well, it is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. I've got only 30 minutes to bring the program to a close there. But wherever you are, if you want to share your take, feel free to do so. Call us on Starr Radio UK on Teams, via Teams on Starr Radio UK. And then, yeah, okay. Let's move on quickly because as I did say earlier on, the time is running like no man's business. Let me bring you this quickly. Prominent Kenyan activist Boniface Mwangi has been charged with illegal possession of ammunition linked to protests last month in which at least 19 people were killed. He denied the charges and had been released on bail. Mr. Mwangi was not charged with facilitating of terrorist acts, as the police had earlier said. On Sunday, investigators said they had seized phones, laptops, and notebooks from his Lukenya home on the outskirts of the capital in Nairobi, and had drives, computers, tear gas canisters, and a blank of firearm ran from his office in the city. His arrest, and especially the suggestion that he would face terrorism charges, sparked a wave of condemnation, with human rights groups denouncing it as aimed at suppressing opposition voices. The activists denied the accusations against him, saying in a post, "I am not a terrorist. I am not a terrorist." Well, he's been granted bail. Can they go a step further by just revoking everything and just allowing him to go free there? Starr Radio UK. Well, coming to Togo, the 1,150 seats for the Union for the Republic, UNIR, 51 for the National Alliance for the Change, ANC, and 38 for the Union Forces of Change, UFC. The preliminary results for Togo's municipal election, which was held last week, designated a clear winner, the presidential party. Now, reckoning 75.3% of the votes, UNIR capitalized on these elections, the first to be organized since a constitutional reform that could allow President Faure Gnassingbé to rule the country for life. Now, voter turnout was low, with most polling stations in the capital Lome empty during the elections. Now, this followed the repression of popular protests against Gnassingbé at the end of June. The result is not yet official, and political parties still have time to contest it until 5 days following the announcement of the results. You can contest it as much as you can. I tell you, the people have been contesting and nothing came out of it. But maybe this time around, something might come out of it, right? Okay. It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay. Let's move on to other parts of the African continent. This time around, Nigeria and in the southeast, but with a case in the federal capital. The federal government on Friday urged the Federal High Court in Abuja to reject the no-case submission filed by the detained leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. The federal government-led counsel Adeboyega Awomolo made the plea while responding to the no-case application presented by Kanu. Now, Awolomo told the trial judge, Justice James Omotosho, that Kanu had made a broadcast on Radio Biafra in which he publicly declared his intention to break up Nigeria. He added that Kanu not only threatened to disintegrate the country, but also declared his plan to establish a Republic of Biafra. Now, one more law emphasized that Kanu's declaration was not a mere empty threat, but a deliberate and dangerous one, stating that his broadcast caused widespread fear among Nigerians. He argued that boasting about breaking up Nigeria constitutes a serious national security concern and should not be dismissed as mere rhetoric, as claimed by Kanu. Now, Awomolo further alleged that Kanu in the broadcast directed his followers to target and kill policemen and their families, noting that more than 170 security personnel were killed shortly afterwards. This is giving a dog a bad name. If they want facts, if they have facts, they should present it. And let's see what happens there. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. What about the renditioning from Kenya to Nigeria? What about all that? Well, 8 minutes to the top of the hour at a time, the morning show, the program. Well, what do you think? There's going to be a ruling, a date. Let me see. A date have been set. A date. Okay. Let's see whether I can get that one for you. Whether a date has been tentatively set. Now it says that the Federal High Court in Abuja fixed the 10th of October to decide whether or not to free the detained leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, from the terrorism charges against him. Judge James Omotosho fixed the date for ruling after listening to lawyer submission in support and against Mr. Kanu's no-case submission. Mr. Kanu filed the no-case submission after the prosecution closed its case in June, arguing or urging the court to excuse him from putting forward any defense and dismiss the charges. By the Nigerian government prosecution team asked the court to throw out the application, insisting that Mr. Kanu has a case to answer. The IPOB leader faces terrorism charges which stem from his agitation for the secession of Nigeria's southeast states and parts of neighboring states as an independent state of Biafra. Well, so let's see what happens on that front. So the 10th of October has been set for that ruling. Starr Radio UK. So what do you think it's going to be? What do you think it's going to be? All right. Now, the amalgamation being formed, corporates and stuff like that. But President Bola Tinubu has reportedly hosted NNPP 2023 presidential candidate Rabiu Kwankwaso at the presidential villa. Kwankwaso has visited the presidential villa amid rumors of his alleged defection to the APC ahead of the 2027 election. The former Kano governor has been accused of being the reason behind Abdullahi Ganduje's resignation as the former APC national chairman. Is that true? or what? What do you think is going to happen on that front? Are they trying to brace themselves up for crash landing or for a victory, a good landing? So he's crossing carpet to make sure that when they land, he is safe, good, and his exploits can still go on. But what do you think? All right, then, coming to Ghana as well at 11:55. Yes, just 5 minutes more. Now, Acting Chief Justice of Ghana, His Lordship Justice Paul Bafo-Boni, has made a strong call for a stakeholder in justice system, including the general public, court staff, registrar, and members of the bar, to embrace court-connected alternative dispute resolution as an essential component of the justice delivery process. So I'm asking myself the question this morning when I was talking with my producer. He was saying, which cases? Which cases? Is it civil cases or what? Or in like back in our villages there, I didn't live there, but there are cases that we've seen. And then somebody, an person go to rape a little girl, so the pedophilia, and then they say that they bring it to the chief, and the chief says that you have to come and pacify the kid, and then they bring a goat and some schnapps, and they say blah blah blah, and then they do that, and they say they hash it, and then it's over. Is that what they're talking about there? If that is it, then it's wrong. But let's go further. Now, speaking at the official launch of the third term court connected ADR week for 2024-2025 in Koforidua Eastern Region, Justice Bafo-Boni underscored the transformative impact of the ADR on access to justice, particularly for the less privileged and vulnerable in society. I also urge court staff, registrars, and the bar to embrace court-connected ADR as part of the justice delivery process, not as an afterthought, but a viable and often preferable first step, he said. He said this year ADR week is under the theme Building the Pillars of Justice Delivery through Alternative Dispute Resolution. Now, Justice Bafo-Boni stressed that while Ghana's traditional court system has served the nation well, it is often suffers delays, high costs, and adversarial tensions. Now, court-connected ADR, however, offers tools such as mediation, arbitration, negotiation, and conciliation to resolve disputes more efficiently, preserving relationship and reducing the bitterness often associated with litigation. He said justice lies at the heart of every society. While the traditional court system has served Ghana well, it is often costly and time-consuming. Court-connected ADR provides efficient tools: mediation, arbitration, negotiation, and conciliation that help resolve disputes in a more humane and constructive manner. He added that the ADR not only speeds up resolution, but makes justice more inclusive and accessible, especially for people who lack legal representation or financial resources. The acting Chief Justice reiterated that mediated settlement can also be adopted by the courts as consent judgment, giving them legal enforceability. Okay, so when there is an out-of-court settlement, the courts can uphold that, and therefore they use that as, okay, this is a decision that has been made, though it was made out of court, okay, the normal court. And then so if somebody flouts that, then the person can be held culpable or accountable for whatever things that they've done. I think that is a good cause, but there should be a proper look where people will not say, oh, this particular case, when you know that this is actually a serious issue, they'll say, oh, no, we just want to just hash it, oh, let's do it, closed doors, and blah blah blah, and then you see an abuse, a rape, and stuff like that have just gone free because the person has gone to pay some money and the person has been left, and the person goes to another community and goes to commit the same crime there. Well, I think they need to bring the list of particular cases that needs to be tried that way. All right, then. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. A member of the New Patriotic Party Constitutional and Legal Committee, Kojo Upon Kroma, has said that he was speaking yesterday, unfortunately, Ayerbi MP explained that the decision stems from the sensitive nature of the report's contents, which include internal strategies and what he termed trade secrets. He stressed that it is not customary for political parties in Ghana or abroad to disclose such information publicly. No, we will not be publishing that report to the general public. Political parties don't do that because it also contains some trade secrets, sensitive information. So no political party does that, he clarified. So he said they're not going to publish it. Well, there are some things that have been found out that have to stay inside, under the blanket, under the canopy. Interesting one there, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure coming your way once again. I've loved being with you, and I hope to be with you soon. Until then, let me say, have a top of the day. And we take this commercial break. It ends and you don't hear from me. Then it's been me, Archie, saying have a top of the day. And I'm out like that. Bye.
My worship thing is coming.
United Kingdom, get ready for a divine encounter like never before. On the 9th of August 2025, Abraham Lambton Ministries presents the maiden edition of Art of Worship in the UK. An unforgettable evening of glory, praise and revelation. Join us on the theme, The Nature of Worship, as we unlock the heart of true worship with none other than Apostle Abraham Lambton, a prophetic voice for this generation.
I may be down, but still I will worship you. I may be naked, but still I will worship you.
And that's not all. Prepare for anointed ministrations from powerful vessels of worship: Lady Frida Akrofi, Minister Chanel Kale, Minister Emmanuel Jemfi, and a Rabbanam music. The venue: Praise Gate Temple, Unit 5, Pit Lake, 46 Industrial Estate, West Croydon, CRO 3RA. The time is 5 p.m. sharp. Come early, come expectant. This isn't just another event, it's a move of God. Mark your calendar, bring a friend, and let heaven kiss earth as we explore the art of worship. For more information, call +44 7888 635 893 or follow Apostle Abraham Lambton on all social media platforms. Art of Worship UK edition. You can't afford to miss this.
Let the heavens hear you tonight.
This is
Hi guys,
Starr
this is
Radio
your friend Aruj from
UK.
SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Mainstream.